Hey guys, we are going to be reviewing quarter one. I miss you guys a lot. Just thought I'd let you know that. So first off, we're going to go reviewing perfect squares and square roots. And first, we need to review all those perfect squares. In case you forgot them, go ahead and make sure that you write them down again. All these papers I'm going to be going through with these videos are available on the slide. So if you want to print them at home, you can, or if you just want to copy them down on a piece of paper, that works too. So remember, if I square a number, that means I take that number times itself. So that means this first one would be 1 times 1, which is 1. 2 squared, that's 2 times 2, which is 4. 3 squared, that's 3 times 3, which is 9. And then we just keep going for that whole list. 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36, 7 squared is 49, 8 squared is 64, 9 squared is 81, 10 squared is 100, 11 squared, that's 121, 12 squared, that's 144, 13 squared, that's 169, 14 squared, that's 196, 15 squared, that's 225, 16 squared is, ooh, Andrea, I don't remember. I think it's 284. Where's my phone? Y'all, if I am at home, I never know where my phone is. I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna pause the video real quick. Okay, I found it, I'm back. But I realized if it ends in a 6, if it's 6 times 6, that means it needs to end in a 6. Oh, I think this is 256. Let me double check. 16 times 16. Yep, 256. All right, 17 squared, that's gonna be 289. Let me double check. Boom. 18 squared, that needs to end in a 4. I think that's 234. Boom. Oh, 324. There we go. That's what I mean. 19 squared, that needs to end in a 1. I know 20 squared is 400. Is it 361? Yeah. All right, I remembered them for the most part. So if you forgot those, make sure that you're memorizing them because you do not get a calculator for that section. To find the perfect squares, these numbers here, we have to do the opposite. So we have to think to ourselves, 1 times what number is going to give us that number underneath that perfect square. So the square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3. We're doing this, but backwards. So all these numbers here are going to match up over here. Again, if you do not have them memorized, either work on getting them memorized or practice multiplying the numbers together so that you can figure out the answer for yourself. And again, it's a great strategy if you just write all these down when you're doing a test. We're not going to do all these examples. These are in your notes already if you need to review them again. But just in case, if you practice problems, evaluate, remember that means solve, each of the following squares below. So 4 squared, 4 times 4 would be 16. 10 squared, 10 times 10, that'd be 100. The opposite of that, the square root of 169, what times itself is 169 would be 13. What times itself gives me 4? The square root of 4 would be 2. These problems down here is where we would usually get tricked up. Number 2 says if the side lengths of the square are 11 inches long, here's my square, here's my side lengths, 11 and 11. What is the area of the square? Remember, the area is all this stuff on the inside. For me to get the area of a square, I have to multiply the side lengths. So I would take 11 times 11, which is 121. So the area of this square would be 121 inches squared. And then again, this side, this is the opposite. This one tells me that I have a square and the area, the inside, is 400. I need to figure out what are those side lengths. So I need to think to myself, what number times itself is going to give me 400? And then we know, looking at this chart, 20 times 20 is going to give me 400. So that means each of those side lengths are going to be 20 inches. Go ahead, pause the video, try these bottom two for me. Try those bottom number threes for me. So you're solving for x. X squared is equal to 25. You should get that x is equal to 5. What squared gives me 196? You should get x equals 14. And then number 3, again, they give you the area. They tell you the area of the square is 289. You want to figure out what the side lengths are. What is this number here? What is that number there? What times itself is going to give me 289? So if we look at our chart, 289 is 17 times 17. So that means that the side lengths are 17 inches. If you need extra practice or extra help, you can look back at Google Classroom, or below this video, there is a link for practice for you to do. And then as always, make sure you're trying to save at least about 20 minutes a day for Alex.